live at 5. It is Wednesday, May 30th. We're almost done with this month. And I am Ryan Lee Gilbert.
I'm Paul Wontorek.
And we are joined here in the studio by Caitlin Moynihan.
Hey.
And we have a wonderful guest with
Arielle
us.
Jacobs.
Arielle Jacobs of ALADDIN.
Jasmine in the house.
Yes, she's going to be talking about her new album that's coming on June 15th.
Oh, which is like her show.
It's from her Feinstein.
I saw the show live. It's
that's
fantastic.
Right.
So now I can watch. I can relive it every night.
Exactly. We're going to talk to her about all of that and Aladdin, of course. But first, we're going to get through today's top 5.
So we are going to be able to say hello to another Dolly yet again.
Yet again.
This is actually real. I feel like this happened for me because I am so embarrassed that I didn't get to see Donna Murphy play Dolly Levi in Hello Dolly, and I've actually been wondering in the rest of my life, am I going to tell people I missed that? Because I love Donna Murphy.
Now you won't have to.
And I just missed it. I missed it. And so anyway, I feel horrible. But good news, she's coming back to the show.
She is.
So Bette Midler, as we all know, is coming back to the role. Dolly Levi, Burnett Peters is finishing out her run. So Bette starts July 17th, and Donna Murphy will do the matinees, right?
Right, yeah,
so
she's going to do like select
very specific performances, July 22nd, 29th, August 5th, August 12th, August 19th, and August 20th, the evening performance. So I'll be there.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited.
And then 5 days later, the show closes, August 25th.
Oh.
Hello, Dolly.
Bye, Dolly.
Says goodbye.
Bye, Dolly. But we have a few more days left until the Tonys, so we're starting to get some awesome Tony news about the show.
Yes, so we are starting to learn which presenters and which performers and which stars are going to show up at the Tony Awards, and here are our first little announcements. Obviously, the Boys in the Band stars, Zachary Quinto, Matt Bomer, Andrew Reynolds, and Jim Parsons will be there celebrating with Broadway's Brightest. Hamilton Tony winner Leslie Odom Jr., Uzo Aduba, of course, 2-time Emmy Award winner. Straight White Men star Armie Hammer, who's about to make his Broadway debut very soon. Tatiana Maslany, who's doing Mary Page Marlowe off-Broadway. She's going to be there. Claire Danes. That's all we know for now. I'm sure we're going to be finding out lots more in the coming days because it's only days away.
I have an important question for you.
Of course.
They love to roll this news out between now and the Tonys. Do people watch the Tony Awards to see presenters?
Absolutely not. No.
They watch to see numbers from Broadway shows and to see wins.
Right, and to see who's going to win. Yes.
Anyway, so it's still exciting.
But
we're really happy to see all of you there.
Red carpet, of course, this is happening on June 10th on CBS. Sarah Bareilles and Josh Groban are hosting. It's going to be a big,
That's
beautiful
a week and a half
night.
away.
A week and a half away.
Woo.
Yes. So exciting.
That's wild. And we just got the final announcement about who's joining the cast for Songs of a New World.
I love this.
So Colin Donnell.
The
handsome, dashing Colin Donnell.
Mr. Patty Murin.
Who we've lost to TV for a while. He's on Chicago Med.
Yes, and he did the Affair on Showtime as well.
Yes, and he's also married to Patty Murin.
Yeah.
Yeah, of Frozen, of course. He is joining Songs for a New World, the Jason Robert Brown Band favorite song cycle musical.
Such great music.
So we knew the rest of the cast before. So Shoshana Bean, Michael Kilgore, Celia Pfeiffer are also in it. Of course, Colin Donnell was in Anything Goes, Jersey Boys, and Violet. And he's fantastic. And this is running, and he's a great singer. This is going to be a lot of singing at City Center. This cast is going to be crazy. And it's running from June 27th through the 30th.
Yes. And our favorite Broadway duo is hitting the road starting tonight.
Yes, Darren Criss and Leah Michelle. They're going on tour together. They're hitting 14 cities. They're starting tonight. They're kicking it off in Nashville. Of course, you know Darren from Glee and from Hedwig and the Angry Inch, How to Succeed.
And his soon-to-be Emmy-winning performance in Versace.
God, I still think about it all the time. And Leah, you know everything Leah done. I don't have to remind you. But yes, hitting 14 cities. It wraps up.
She was in Spring Awakening
and Ragtime and Les
Mis. She's
Mis.
a legend. You don't have to talk about it.
Of course. No, I mean, you all know. She wrote a book. And the tour wraps up on July 1st. She was also in
New Year. What was it called? New Year's Eve. That movie, that Gary Marshall.
Oh, the Gary Marshall movie. I never saw
New Year's
that.
Day. Was it New Year's Eve or New Year's Day?
I only saw.
She was trapped in an elevator.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. Anyway, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I felt like we should give her.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So they're going on tour. Make sure you try to see them at one of those 14 city stops. Just do it before July 1st. That's when it's done.
Yeah. And we are not saying bye, bye, bye to Lance Bass. We are saying hi, hi, hi to him.
Oh,
yeah. I workshopped that.
That was totally
up in here. So, Path to Pride is something happening at the Minetta Lane Theater off Broadway, June 25th, 7 p.m. Now, what is June 25th? That's Gay Pride Weekend.
That is Gay Pride Weekend.
A lot
Yes.
of proud gays on the streets and in the theaters that weekend, including us.
Playbills go rainbow.
Lance Bass and Nikki Levy are hosting it. So, of course, Lance Bass, you know Lance Bass.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah.
Of course you know his work. But he wasn't in Sync and Hairspray on Broadway.
Yeah.
And Nikki, I don't know. Nikki is a
Levi.
producer and storyteller. Aren't we all storytellers?
Aren't we all?
I told like
all.
12 stories last night. Known for a comedy show, Don't Tell My Mother.
Oh.
That's like
Wait.
that's like the nightclub Don't Tell Mama.
Yes.
Don't Tell My Mother. It's a new version of that. Anyway, it's going to be a fun-filled night of stories. Oh, that's good because she's a storyteller. And laughs in honor of the Pride celebration. Oh, and it's based on an Audible original live storytelling special of the same name, which is coming out June 1st.
Yeah.
Audible.
So this is like a cool special
Wow.
Gay Pride event, 7
yeah.
p.m. at the
Celebrate
Meadowlight.
Pride with Lance and Nikki.
Yeah.
No better way.
I'm going to
What
go.
other better way? Yes, thank you so
Go
much,
tell
Paul.
some stories.
Go tell some stories. Caitlin, why don't you
Thank you
tell
for having
Thank
me.
you so much. No, thank you for joining me. Caitlin, tell us a little bit about today's wonderful guest.
Yes, guys, today we have Arielle Jacobs, and she is currently searching beyond the palace walls as Princess Jasmine and Aladdin on Broadway. Her Broadway credits include In the Heights and Wicked, and she also played the Disney princess in Australia. Her debut solo album, A Leap in the Dark, which is a live recording of her 54 Below show, is releasing June 15th. Be sure to follow her on social media at Arielle Jacobs, and make sure to leave your questions in the comments below, because we know you guys got a lot of them. Welcome, Ryan and Ariel.
Hello there. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm so excited to chat with
My
you.
pleasure. Decided to come in between shows today.
Yes,
to
I know
say
you are
hi.
fitting us right in. We very much appreciate that. Yeah, before I want to talk about this album a little bit. First, let's get everyone caught up on what you're doing right now. You
Yes.
are Broadway's Princess Jasmine.
I am.
How are you loving it? How's it all going at the New Amsterdam?
It's awesome. It's amazing. Today we had so many kids there, and the other night I had this little girl. She was in her Jasmine costume at the stage door, and it was her 5th birthday, and it was her first Broadway show.
Oh.
And that's just my favorite thing ever.
Absolutely. Yeah, my very first Broadway show was a Disney musical, Beauty and the Beast.
Mine too.
That was
No
mine.
way.
And you.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's what broke us all into. What do you love most about playing such a beloved character in such a popular story? What's the best part of it all for you?
The best part of it, I think, is meeting people and realizing what Jasmine represents for people, and how Jasmine specifically is the princess that most people grow up wanting to be,
Sure.
because she's so strong and she's so independent, and she is smart and she's sassy, and she's a princess and she's royal, but she's not like prim and proper.
Sure, yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, I can do anything a guy
Yeah.
can do, and I think that my favorite thing is being able to meet girls who get inspired by that and want to be more like that.
Absolutely. And you originated the role of Princess Jasmine in the Australian production, right? What was
Very
it?
true.
What was it like living in Australia? What was Australia like? What are Australia audiences like?
Australia is like a magical wonderland place, and everyone needs to go to Australia.
I would love to go, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to move there, my fiance and I was like,
And
"Can we
yes,
just live
congratulations.
here?" Thanks. I'm
Look
wearing
at
a
that.
ring
Yes.
today.
Yes. You got engaged on Valentine's Day,
I
right?
did, yeah. I got engaged
Beautiful.
on Valentine's
Beautiful.
Day.
Well done, sir.
But it's awesome. The audiences there were amazing. The people in Australia are so warm and present and cheeky. They're always saying, it's like this word they throw around all the time, like, I'm going to get a cheeky cup of coffee, or like,
cheeky
so
cup
they
of
always say
coffee.
cheeky, and it means like playful and mischievous, and then they are just, that's like imbued into their personality. So they're always having so much fun. They're looking for opportunities to have fun all the time. And that just being in that environment was incredible.
Yeah.
And freeing and
I can imagine.
life-changing.
I bet. Do you miss it? Would you want to go back? Is it-
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honeymoon. You can take a
Right?
honeymoon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, just throwing an idea out there. But speaking of that little girl at the stage door, she very well could want to grow up to be a Princess Jasmine, a performer. When you were a kid, did you always know that performing was going to be what you did?
I absolutely knew that I loved it, and I knew that I could do it, and I knew that I wanted to do it, but I also loved other things.
Sure.
So I was juggling what was going to be my destiny. Like, who knows
Yeah.
what that is going to be, So I went, I applied to colleges for different things, but music ended up being the one that really opened up my heart, and I just feel like if there's a thing that you are good at and that you get excited about and you're passionate about, like, go into that.
There it
thing.
is. Yeah, absolutely. And you grew up on the West Coast, right? Do you miss it? Do you like being here in New York, or are there parts of the West Coast that still call to you?
I like both.
Yeah.
I like both. I grew up in California, but then my family moved to Princeton.
Oh, okay.
So I went to high school in
Gotcha.
Princeton. And then I went to NYU, and then I went back to California. So I kind of got raised on both coasts. So I have like the chill vibe over there, and then like the go-getter vibe from over
Absolutely.
here.
And you teach, right? You give lessons.
I do.
What got you? Why is that important to you to sort of give back in that?
You know, it's crazy. I love teaching more than I thought I would.
Really?
I really do. It feels like not only is it making me a better performer, because in teaching something is when you really learn it and remind yourself of how to do it correctly and what to do. But I find I love when they get excited, when they understand something, or oftentimes I coach them before an audition, and then I get the text that they booked the show, and they're so happy, and then their parents are happy. I love that.
Right.
It's kind of meditative too, because I find that when I'm teaching, I lose track of time.
Sure.
Because I'm so focused on investigating how to help and how to solve the issue, and what can I say, or how can I communicate to make it clear. It's fun for me.
And you also you started a blog while you were in Australia, right? Blog of Wonders.
The Blog of Wonders.
Yeah, is that what prompted that? Was that a same sort of like meditative and be able to get your thoughts down in something?
Absolutely. For me, writing is it's also another form of meditation for me, because I find that sometimes I don't know how to express myself, or even I sometimes don't know what I might think about something until I try to put pen to paper,
right,
and be like, and ask myself the questions of something, and then it's clear. In the act of writing, it becomes clear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this album, A Leap in the Dark. Got a good view of this right here. This comes out on June 15th.
June 15th.
And this is from your live show at Feinstein's 54 Below. Tell us, for anyone that hasn't listened to this yet, because you can't buy it yet, or wasn't able to see the show, what are they in for with this album, with these stories?
So this album it was important. I really wanted to make an album for people who know that they have a big dream and they don't know maybe how to get there, and they feel like it's out of reach. They don't know what to do. Because in the course of my life, that has definitely been the case. And like I said, I knew I wanted to do this, but sometimes things would come up that would get in the way. And so we wrote this show. My fiance wrote and directed this show, and we did it at Feinstein's 54 Below. And we recorded it to be this album. So the album is actually, it's like a cast album of my one-woman show. So it includes all the stories and the songs into one big story.
That's great. That's a lot of bang for the buck right there.
Yeah. So we would love, the dream is for someone to get the album and listen to it all the way through with their eyes closed and actually feel like they're there watching it. Because you feel like you're part of the experience that way. And then after you've listened to the whole thing and you get what the story is and what the message is, then you can bounce around from track to track and just go back to your favorite parts.
Absolutely. Speaking of, there's a lot to choose from here, but are there favorite parts on here for you that you're really excited for people to get familiar with?
Yeah, I'm there's definitely songs from all the shows that I've done. So people might know me from Aladdin or Wicked or In the Heights or Rent or Into the Woods or High School Musical. Right. So all of those songs are here on the album. But there's also very personal stories. And like one of the ones that I talk about is being bullied in middle school and how that affected me.
Sure, yeah.
And how at the time I thought that this negative experience was getting in the way or stopping me from becoming who I want to be, but that looking back, it's you realize that things have to happen the way that they happen, and that in the moment it's easy to judge them and to feel dejected and to feel like, why is this happening to me? But then looking back, you realize there's always a gift in what happened that made you who you are today.
Well, I can see why you're such a great teacher as well. That's absolutely. And another exciting thing that you have coming up, you're going to be part of Broadway Sings Kelly Clarkson.
I am.
Is that right? That's happening
Ballroom.
June 18th, right?
Correct, yeah.
Are you able to tease us with what you'll be doing, or is it if it's very top secret, I understand.
I think it's top secret.
Okay.
But it is like a kind of a different, they like what they do. They do a different take of the song. So it's a kind of an inspirational song.
Fantastic.
You know,
all right.
like that's my theme this year. Inspire
yes.
people to believe in themselves.
Absolutely. All right. And so, yeah, if you want to find out what she sings by Kelly Clarkson, June 18th, Highline Ballroom.
And this album, I think, will be, you can get it on Amazon. You can pre-order it on Amazon now.
Right.
Broadway Records, and starting tomorrow, I think you can pre-order it on iTunes.
Oh, fantastic.
And it's for sale at the New Amsterdam Theater right now.
course.
So if you're in New York City, pop into the theater.
Yes,
of
you have no
Aladdin.
excuses, people. You can get a leap in the dark. Let's take some of these people that are watching, some of our readers, let's find out what they would like to know about you. Go ahead.
Yes, we have some great questions here. One I'm seeing a lot is, what was it like? Was it hard for you to kind of step back into Jasmine's shoes between Australia and then taking over on Broadway?
That's a good question. Yeah, I was talking about this the other day. We saw Sweeney Todd down at the Barrow Street Theater, and I was talking to Tom Sesma, who's playing Sweeney right now. And I asked him if he played it before, and he said, yeah, he played it 20 years ago. And I find that whenever I go into a role that I've performed before, that it's deeper.
Yeah.
It's automatically deeper. It's not like I need to go in and reinvestigate. It's like, it's suddenly, when I'm in the role, I already have this history that I've created and the relationships with the characters that I've created and all the work that I did initially for the role in Australia. It's all there and it's still alive.
Right.
But
It's like
now
the
groundwork is there,
Yeah.
but now I get to go and it's kind of like it's freer. Like I get to take more chances and more risks and just be comfortable knowing that all of that groundwork is in place. So I kind of feel like it's deeper and it's freer.
Yeah, you get to play more a little bit, right? And you have all those new people to play off of.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Some people are wondering if you were nervous about being this vulnerable on your album.
Oh.
Good question. I wanted to create a show that was revealing. Because I think that in sharing stories that we don't normally talk about, it allows other people to see who you really are, what you really went through, and to connect to you because everyone's struggling in some way. You know, there's this quote that I love, like, be kind to everyone because you never know what battle they're fighting. And I think that, you know, most people see people performing on Broadway as these people who have it all together and their lives are perfect, and it's hard to it's easy to forget how hard it might have been along the way and what it took to get there.
Sure.
So, and I think that sharing my stories that of things that felt like they got in my way, I did that on purpose because I wanted to help people in their lives to reframe what they think is in their way.
Right. You've talked about, like, this is kind of like a year of inspiration for you. Who, looking back a little bit, were there Broadway performers or singers or musicians who inspired you when you were younger and figuring out your path through all of this?
I mean, my brother, definitely.
Of course.
Watching him in his career and seeing what worked out and what didn't. And Lea Salonga, of course,
Yes, of
you know,
course,
I'm half Filipina, so there's that connection. And I always wanted to be the voice of an animated character, and then she went and did two different Disney princesses.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome. And going off of that, some people are asking, what does it feel like to be portraying such an important, iconic Disney character?
What does it feel like?
Yeah.
Well, I try not to think about the big responsibility that is, because I used to. I used to think, oh, I'm playing this character that everyone's looked up to, and I need to live up to their expectations. But in time, I realized that being aware of that and thinking about that is actually gets in the way of creativity and being present in the show and in the character and in the thoughts and in her journey. I think that if you think too much about that it stifles your creativity. And so I try to just focus on what is Jasmine going through? What does she want? Why is it important to her? Instead of how important is this to everybody else?
And for a lot of people, you're going to be their first Princess Jasmine.
Yes.
You know, they won't have the idea of Jasmine already in their heads. It's you are their Princess Jasmine. That's got to feel pretty cool.
That
as
does
well.
feel cool.
Absolutely.
It's like, now that you've said it, it is amazing. Elise wants to know if you have a favorite song that you like to sing with your brother, who of course originated the role of Aladdin.
Yes, he did. Adam and I did, I don't know if you remember, we did our sibling concert at 54 Below a couple years ago. It was called Sibling Disobedience.
Yes.
And we have this really funny duet called the Lovers Medley of all the songs, love songs from different shows we've been in that we could never sing together. So you can look it up on YouTube, and like it's like we're singing love songs, but like kind of grossed out because we're this in the show, it's like the band is forcing us to do these love songs and we don't really want to be there. It's hilarious. So I love that. And in the last time, we just did the concert again out in San Francisco, and we added Move On from Sunday in the Park with George.
Oh, excellent.
So
yeah.
I loved singing that song. So maybe we'll get to do that again one day.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just remember you made your Broadway debut in The Heights,
I
right?
did.
Yeah. And then now what do you think of all this? You know, like the film rights have now been like gone back to Lynn, and Warner Brothers has picked it up.
Thank goodness.
Right? Yeah.
I'm so excited for it to be a movie.
Right,
I'm so excited for everyone to have access to it.
Me
People
too.
who didn't get to see it in the theaters.
Or the tour, right, which
Right.
you also led, Ron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
And I have one more question, and Sophia wants to know, what is your favorite line from Aladdin? It doesn't have to be your line, but is there one that you just love a lot?
Yes. There are many lines that I love a lot. Well, definitely the end of the show when the Sultan makes his proclamation that Jasmine can marry whoever she wants and that she can rule by his side. That to me almost brings me to tears every day.
Yeah.
Honestly does, because I feel so much for women and girls around the world who don't have freedom and don't have the choice to be with who they want to be, and aren't given equal power and are viewed like. That line to me represents so much of what the whole world is fighting for right now. And I have chills right now just talking about
me
it.
too. Yeah.
So that's like the nail on the head for me.
Well, that's beautiful. Well, all of you audiences that haven't yet gone and seen Arielle Jacobs as Princess Jasmine in Aladdin, you are in for a big treat. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you
Go
for
see
having
the show,
me.
Disney's Aladdin, at the New Amsterdam Theater here on Broadway. Make sure you pick up A Leap in the Dark. You can pre-order it now or very soon. Comes out on June 15th. And then go see Broadway Sings, Kelly Clarkson, June 18th at the Highline Ballroom. Very exciting things. Thank you so much for coming by. Also, you're on social media.
I am.
Right, where would you like everyone to follow you?
So I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Arielle Jacobs, and I'm on Facebook as well, so you can check me out there.
Yeah, all right. And come back and visit us
I'd love
sometime
to.
soon. All right. And Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. You guys can watch Live at 5 every day, live on Facebook at 5 o'clock. We'll have our podcast of the episode up right after this. You can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts. And make sure to tune in tomorrow, because we're going to be talking with the Bronx Tales leading man, Adam Kaplan.